Hi, I'm Quito.
And I'm Kristen.
And we are here huddled up in the bathroom of Sylvia's place, which is a queer youth shelter in New York City, and we're thinking about the queer future.
And so, we started the discussion a little earlier before the video making about the sea levels rising and what, it would look like in the next 25
to 60
to
years
60
or so.
years.
Yeah.
And
because the water is coming, the sea levels are rising. Miami's not going to exist anymore after 2060. It's going to be underwater.
Mm-hmm. And so, what fashion would look like, what kind of clothes, submersible vehicles.
Submersible vehicles would be cool. I mean, it would be interesting to live in a submarine, and it would be interesting to live in a punk rock house barge.
Oh my god, a submarine would be so cool. I would sell her in a submarine.
Yeah.
We can get our hands on an abandoned nuclear sub and just live underwater forever.
Well, what I like about the possibilities of it too is that you could live in an autonomous queer city, or I imagine old cruise ships taking over old cruise ships.
And the way they make cruise ships today, those are just floating hotels, floating cities for some of them. So I think mankind would definitely be able to survive the Arctic collapse.
The floods, yeah. Well, but what would we wear? We need incredibly cute swimwear.
Yeah, I could see me walking around like Jean Grey from X-Men with a neoprene outfit on that accentuates my tone, and I could just go diving in the water and we'd swim all day.
It would be kind of cute.
Yeah. And
bring your sunscreen.
Or also may have some neoprene fins so I can run around like a mermaid all day.
Oh my god. It might even be the time to return to becoming mermaids for real. Yeah. I don't know. I just want to live in a punk rock house barge, and I want to take refuge there and turn it into kind of a pirate ship, but really fun with poles and slides and ropes and a lot of really killer tools.
Now that's if we decided to stay in a city and half the city was underwater.
This is true. What else are our options?
Mountains.
We could actually build a dock off of the mountain.
Yeah.
Because the mountains are going to be like hills in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's think about the queer future, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think the state of affairs of the LGBT community, or shall I say the TGLB community, is going to be in the year... I'm pressing for 2025. It's not too distant future.
So that's 11 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in 11 years we would be through all the language wars that we're in right now, and we would figure out the words that we use to address each other that don't hurt each other and work out some of the gross shit.
Mm-hmm.
In 11 years, I don't know, are there going to be 3 gender options or no gender options? How's it going to work?
How about, for me anyway, because I define me, how about we have no labels? I think after the passing of Maya Angelou and her saying that if someone tells you who they are, you believe them, should be the motto of the trans community, because everybody identifies differently, and one word cannot describe who we are as individuals, and I think individualism should be the key component in making our issue that we're having. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's a combination of individualism and interdependence, because I read another quote last week that it was from the Yes Men of all people, and they were saying that the age of me is over and we really have to start thinking about we, and all of this you can do it and you can do things for yourself is actually false in a lot of ways, and we need each other.
That is true. We do need each other, and I agree.
Yeah.
But I think from my own experience of being a person of trans experience, my experiences are different than others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, some have more privilege when they're passing, some have more privilege for what they can do or their talents, so it really, really varies.
Yeah.
when we ask in groups that we have about PGPs and stuff, I think that is part of the individualism I mean. Because at that moment, we have to define who we are to everyone else. I think that when we go into the mainstream society, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, when someone asks you, you know, are you trans? Or, you know, some are blatant and just like, are you a man? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I am what I'm giving to you right now. I am what you see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard to explain, to speak for a whole, and I can only speak for I. You know what I'm saying? But like, sometimes when I go to the store, and I feel, you know, good when people refer to me as ma'am, and this is mainstream society, not within our own community. So I feel that people get me at that moment. Then you have your people that are disrespectful and don't want to understand, but then what do you do with the ignorant? But like...
I think it would be interesting to imagine a future in which, like, children are ungendered until they decide for themselves. And, like, what does gender even mean? I could go off on this whole tangent, but what does it even mean, you know?
I don't know anymore, but I've noticed how the younger people are coming out earlier and explaining who they are. Now, it's the choice of the parent to believe. When I was younger, I had these tendencies, you know what I'm saying, and I've tried to explain, but no one really got me until I was able to tell them. I like to tell this story because I go to my aunt, and she's a born-again Christian, and, you know, she always has, well, why couldn't I just been a gay man, if anything? You know, and I was like, well, it's deeper than that, because I was never gay. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and I have proof, because she has all the stuff from when I was a child. And in the books and stuff, the little school books and stuff, there it is in plain and broad daylight, Kristen. I've been doing this since I was 7 or 8 years old. I think then I was trying to explain to you what the hell was going on. You know?
But in the future, I think that young people will be educated and they'll understand that that's an option. And you know, like, we're never going to be the majority of people, and that's okay. But, like, for young people to understand at a very early age that, like, they can be whoever they want and they can express themselves however they want, and that, like, you know, that thing that we had to take our whole lives to figure out, like, it's just going to be available to them. And it'll be something that's taught to them, like, you know, some kids have brown hair and some kids have black hair, you know. Some kids are female and some kids don't know what they are, or some kids are like in the wrong bodies, and that's a totally acceptable way of being.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to the future.
I am too. And like hot future swimwear.
Yeah, I can say from my experiences and making it to the age that I am now that I've seen major changes that I thought would never happen during my lifetime. So there's definitely hope, and let's see where the future takes us.
I'll see you there.